Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to our Fundraising Done For You, our 3-day challenge. And this is day one. Let me turn me off over here. I'm going to try to keep my phone available so I can follow any questions or comments that you have today. I want to introduce myself to you. I am Patricia Taylor. I am the owner of TACO Inc. and Louisiana Fundraising Specialist. Our business creates custom and personalized gifts, keepsakes, and promotional products. And I want to thank you again for joining us live today. If you're watching us via replay, I want to thank you for taking your time to view us as well. I want to go over some of the goals and the course outline and housekeeping. So I'm going to share my screen for a second. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Our course outline today, let me go up a little bit. I think I'm ahead of myself. Okay, there we are. And hopefully everyone can see the goals. If you can see everything, please comment yes for me. I want to make sure I see that there is a little drag on the screen for Facebook with the feed. So if you can see it, make sure, just let me know, give me a thumbs up or something. Anyway, our goals for today, at the end of this challenge, you will learn how our Fundraising Done For You system will help you minimize manpower, free up time, and save money. Our outline for the next 3 days, today is day one, we're going to talk about why we fundraise. On day funds without doing a fundraising project, fundraising. I want to go over some housekeeping, and you'll see me looking down from time to time. I'm just trying to see if it's anybody responding on our Facebook feed. The housekeeping, I'm going to go over with you. The challenge time will be the same each day at 11 a.m. I'll go live in our Facebook group. I'm streaming from Zoom, so the recordings will be available right after the it'll be available right after to view full in the Facebook group. And for those who are unable to make each session, the replay will be available here in the group as well. If you haven't done so, take some time to familiarize yourself with our Facebook guides, the features, the discussions, questions that's in there, and the daily lives will be in that location under the guides, as well as the discussion and features section. If you know someone who you think would be benefit from this information that I'm sharing, please feel free to have them to share the information with them. The one thing they will have to do in order to access the group, this is a private group, is they're going to have to answer some questions for us and agree to the group rules. And then we will be able to allow them to come into the group. Let's see. I think that is it for right now. So I'm going to stop my screen share for now. If it'll let me. Okay. Looks like I may be freezing up. So if you'll reply to me in the Facebook feed so I can know if everything is coming through, I would really, really appreciate it. Now, we're going to talk about why we fundraise. And Webster's Dictionary defines fundraising as an activity that we do to collect money for a political party, charity, school, etc. The word was used first in 1940. And I want to share with you 5 reasons I picked out. There's just little different reasons, but I picked up pick that 5 top ones that I think are in common with the groups that I'm reaching out to, the schools, the nonprofits and ministries. And I want to share their what I picked out as the top 5 that they had in common, okay? So whether you are a school, a ministry, a nonprofit organization, a sports team, a club, or whatever, fundraising is needed to help meet the needs of specific projects or goals that have been established. It may look differently for each organization, but ultimately it serves the same purpose of accomplishing a particular goal. For churches and ministries, let's use those. They rely on tithes, offerings, and special donations to meet their monthly obligations and to do special projects like within the community outreach reaches, if they're serving funding a missions group, they would do donations also. Some ministries do allow certain auxiliaries to do fundraising outside of the church to reach goals. And I'll give you an example. The youth ministries, if they wanted to go to a camp and they had a specific amount that they needed to raise to provide for transportation, to go for the camp fees, etc., that the churches may allow that, or they may fully fund it, but that would be an example of going outside and doing a fundraising project outside of the group. For our nonprofit organizations, fundraising is critical and is a core component as there are no revenue generations. They only depend on donors for the funds of financial help. Fundraisers are another way of reaching their financial goals. And for schools, fundraising brings in the extra money, it helps ensure kids or teens benefits from the resources that they bring in, to enrich the programs, purchase equipment, etc. And it also helps to fund extracurricular activities for, say, the football team or the cheerleading squad. And with the onset of COVID, everything changed in 2020. How we do life has changed. And so because of that, these groups that in particular I'm talking about have had to find different ways to raise monies. And I don't know, even though they have lifted most of the regulations, there are some people that still will never go back to the way they used to do things in the past. So we have to look at doing them a different way. The second reasons groups fundraise is improving teamwork. And I had not thought about that, but that it makes sense when you work together with the group and you all have a common goal in mind. You're instilling confidence in your team, and you're fostering a sense of belonging. So I thought that was great. And they made another comment that I wrote down, that you also are actually having fun. So it helps improve teamwork. And then the next thing, fundraisers can create a sense of community. Fundraisers draw like-minded people into together in a unique community. And so you have to, if you think about it, people that like to do similar things, when they get together, it does form a community. It forms a bond there. And so they're willing to work harder and feel like they're doing something good for the world. So we're all coming together for the common cause. So community is created. Number 4, fundraising. One reason why we do fundraising is to help increase public awareness. And I had not thought about that, but it does. It increases your visibility to the community. It lets them know what you're standing for, and it helps them to be, when they get their eyes on you. It also opens up doors for you to become more eligible for things like grants, sponsorships, and for other free money. If people don't know what you're doing and what you're standing for and what your needs are, even if they want to help you, they can't help you. So I can understand the frustration and the fatigue that goes into doing fundraising, and whether you are a profit organizing and carrying out a fundraising event along with the out-of-pocket expenditures that we have to make, and then that's deducted from our final the final amount that we receive on the other end. So sometimes if we're not careful, what we put out on the front end may exceed the money that we have coming in on the other end. And well, my husband and I know this full force because when we became leaders of our youth ministry and our local church, we experienced firsthand what it was like to need to have more hands on deck, the long hours we had to work and plan for the events that we were doing, especially we had one large one that we would do a year, and then we would put money in to also help counter alleviate the monies that we had to take out of our youth fund so that we can make sure we had a good outcome. And we did this at the same time we were working full time, taking care of family, helping with other ministry obligations. So we experienced that. And so my passion for this came from us doing the years of assisting with fundraisers that include car washes, bake sales, dinners, luncheons. All of this required more manpower. It required more of our time, and if we were the leads, it was upfront cost for us. So the problem was it was always the same faithful few who did the work while others enjoyed the fruit of the labor. And I don't know if you can relate to that. If you can do a thumbs up and say, yes, I do. So because my heart goes out to schools, ministries, and nonprofit organizations that continue to do things I consider the hard way to reaching their fundraising goals, I've spent years looking for a way that I could offer groups and organizations my support using my customization and personalization skills to help them raise funds without the extra manpower, without the extra money spent up front, and without the long hours needed to do these fundraisers. Through working with the supplier of materials that I used in producing my designs, I found out about online stores that I can create myself and offer to my target market, as well as I can also do the hard work for them to allow them to focus their time and their energies on more important matters and to still reach their fundraising goals. So online stores are now becoming a really popular way to help raise funds for a cause. And I want to show you what one of our leading industry leaders has to say about online fundraising. I'm going to share my screen with you again. Okay, so what are people saying? This is from Advantages Magazine, 2018, May 24, 2018. It says, online stores are changing sports fundraising for the better. Innovations with online stores are changing how youth teams fundraise, continuous fundraising without much effort. David Schilling, and no one has to staff a merchandise table, and theft is not a concern. So that is, that's great. We know with COVID, like I said, everything changed for us, and we had to do something. We had to shift gears quickly. And I don't know how many organizations were affected by that, but online stores is a way to take care of the needs of and help increase the fundraising efforts. So taking the information that I learned from the promotional products industry that I'm a part of, watching that market evolve, I use my skills and expertise to help organizations reach their fundraising goals with ease. And I will talk more about that tomorrow. Now, I realize that there are many types of fundraisers that are out there today to help schools, to help ministries and nonprofit organizations, and help you reach your goals. And what we offer with the Fundraising Done For You system, we offer a way that will work to eliminate the extra manpower that you need, to save your time and to save your money. Tomorrow, I'm going to share with you my top 5 ways to raise funds without a fundraising project. And we're at the end of the time that I've allotted for today. And I want to give you some homework to do for me, if you would, please. I want you to go live in our Facebook group. And if you go to the frequently asked questions, you'll find in that section instructions on how to go live if you've never gone live before. Then, if you haven't already done so, introduce yourself to the group and let everyone know who you are and what it is that you do. Then briefly describe one fundraising experience you had and what you liked and what you disliked about that fundraising experience. Then I want you to share the reason for your next fundraiser, the next fundraiser that you have coming up, and what your expectations that you have for it. What are your expectations? What is your next fundraising event that you're planning? And what are your expectations for it? And if you haven't registered for our group, please make sure to do so. That would help me to make sure that I get the notifications out to you when we're going live. And if you're watching the replay, if you would please just click in there, #replay for me, okay? So if you have questions about anything I covered today, please post your questions in our discussion group, and I will be happy to come back in and answer any questions that you might have. I want to thank you once again for taking your time just to come in and hear I have to talk about the Fundraising Done For You system. And again, if you have any questions, please put your questions inside the group and I'll be happy to respond to them. And for now, this is goodbye. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same station, 11 a.m. in the live stream here. Blessings.